Thank you and good evening. It is a great pleasure for you to see me here this evening. If I look familiar to you, you probably saw me in the movies. I'm usually sitting in the 10th or the 11th row, the center section. My gosh, I got so excited when I was invited to speak here this evening. And that's because I'm married, and so I'm usually invited to listen. Well, speaking of my wife, Gail has so many talents in so many areas, one of which is cooking. You probably don't know that, but it's true. But that always wasn't the case. When we first got married, she was just a terrible cook. She used to make toast for me every morning, and then she lost the recipe. One night, she woke me up about 3 a.m, and she said, "Bill, there's a burglar in the house, and I think he's in the kitchen finishing the casserole I made for dinner." I said, "Leave him be, we'll bury him in the morning." But since that time, things have changed. Over the years, she's taken cooking lessons, and now she's an expert cook to the point where she's written a series of cookbooks. Now, I'm going to give you the titles of these books, and to me, some of them have a classic ring to them, but I'll let you be the judge. The first one she wrote was The Sound and the Curry. After that, she wrote A Catcher in the Rye Bread, Wuthering Bites. Let's see, after that, Finnegan's Cake, and The Count of Monte Cristo. Spamlet, yes, and A Clockwork Orange, Lemons, and Limes, and Grapefruits, and what have you. And her latest book, The Bun Also Rises. And she's very good at gardening. Now, I'm terrible at gardening. Some of you might have heard this, that if you use coffee grounds on plants, it'll make them grow and thrive and all. Well, I've got to tell you that isn't true, because now our daylilies are up all night. And then I made the big mistake of planting the onions right next to the weeping willow tree. Tried my hand at rock gardening, and 3 of them died. But as I said, Gail is really good at it, to the point that she wrote books on that subject too. 50 Shades of Green was the first one she wrote. Let's see, I got the list right here. There was 50 Shades of Green. Oh yes, The Rose Less Trampled. And I shouldn't mention this, she wrote a very dirty book. Gardening with Your Bare Hands. And then she wrote a novel, gardening still, but she wrote this novel, and the devil was the main character. It was called Gardening Just for the Hell of It. And her latest book, Women Who Love to Mulch. Well, to change the subject for a minute, I want to say that my mother always gave me good advice. As an example, I remember one time she said to me, "Bill, never wave to your friends at an auction." Another time she said, "If at first you don't succeed, do it the way your wife told you to." And mothers around the world and throughout history have always endeavored to give their children good advice. Mahatma Gandhi's mother once said to him, "Have a cookie, who's going to know?" And Goliath's mother said to him, "You've got to stop playing with that David. Every time you do, you come home stoned." And the blonde in King Kong, remember that blonde? Well, her mother said to her, "You know, I think it's time you gave up computer dating." And the mother of a very famous French artist once said to him, when his pants kept falling down, she said, "Get yourself a pair of suspenders already. Your pants are just too loose, Lautrec." Well, I thank you very much. That is my time. You've been a great audience. Thank you.